People watching this believe they are the main character. You have watched the movies, you have bought the gear. You have convinced yourself that when the grid goes down, you will rise up. You won't statistically. You are the loot drop. You are the background extra who screams once and then disappears. So the actual survivors can take your shoes. The grid has been dead for 48 hours. The police aren't coming. The nice family next door is looking at your windows with hungry eyes. You have exactly 3 days before the veneer of civilization cracks completely. Worries we're going to fix this using biology, thermodynamics, and trash. Phase 1 teen, the engine, the myth. You think survival looks like an action movie. Running, fighting, building log cabins, and chopping wood. The reality that hero is dead in 3 days. Your body is a biological machine with a very strict fuel efficiency rating. When the food trucks stop coming, every single movement has a price tag. Running from a threat costs 300 calories. Chopping wood costs 400. Shivering because you forgot a blanket costs even more. You spend 2,000 calories a day, but only find 500. You aren't surviving. You are slowly digesting your own heart muscle. The science. Your liver stores about 24 hours of glycogen. Once that's gone, you hit the wall. You get stupid, shaky, and weak. The trash-based fix. Become a sloth. If a task costs more calories than it gains, do not do it. You are not an athlete anymore. You are a battery with a leak. Adopt a siesta schedule. Sleep 12 hours a day to lower metabolic rate. Stop moving unless your life depends on it. Phase 2A, the poison, the myth. You have been taught to boil water. You think if it bubbles, it's safe. The reality, that is a dangerous half-truth that will kill you. Boiling kills biological threats like bacteria and viruses, sure, but in an urban collapse, you are pulling water from rivers or puddles, full of chemical runoff, heavy metals, and industrial toxins. Boiling that water just evaporates the pure ecto. It concentrates the poison into a thicker, deadlier sludge. You can boil arsenic all day. It's still arsenic, the problem. Drinking clean-looking water that shuts down kidneys in 48 hours. The trash-based fix. You need absorption, not just heat. A filtration system using a plastic bottle and a dirty sock. Fill it with crushed charcoal from your fire, not ash, actual black charcoal. The carbon structure traps chemicals that boiling can't touch. Layer its sand, charcoal, grass, fabric. Filter it first, then boil it. Skip the charcoal, you're just making warm chemical soup. Phase 3E, the trap, the myth. Your house is a fortress. You want to board up the windows and lock the doors. The reality, that's fine for a riot. But for a long-term collapse, you are sealing yourself inside a tomb. If attackers want to get in, they won't pick the lock. They will burn you out, throw a Molotov cocktail through the second-story window, and wait for you to run out the front door. The science consumes oxygen and raises indoor temperatures. A fortress without active perimeter patrols is just an oven. The trash-based fix. Do not seal your exits. Create visual blockades instead of physical ones. Black out windows from the inside using trash bags, so no light escapes, but keep them openable. Lay broken glass or noisy trash under your windows. It acts as a passive alarm system. If you hear the crunch, you leave out the back. Never corner yourself in a room with only one exit. Phase 4A, fluid dynamics, the myth. Safety in numbers. If things go bad, you should go where the people are. The reality, a panicked crowd is a meat grinder. When the grocery stores close, the mob behaves like a liquid. It flows through the path of least resistance until it hits a bottleneck. Door, a gate, or a narrow street. The science, once pressure builds, people don't die from trampling. They die from compressive asphyxia. The force of the crowd squeezes your chest so hard you cannot inhale, you suffocate while standing up. The trash-based fix, never enter the stream. If you see a crowd forming, move perpendicular to the flow. If you get caught, do not push against it. Keep your arms up like a boxer to protect your rib cage. This creates a tiny pocket of air so you can breathe. The real fix is to avoid the flow entirely. Climb a wall, hide in a dumpster. Let the water flow past you. Phase 5E, the pack, the myth, the lone wolf fantasy. You think you can survive better on your own because you don't have to share food. The reality, mathematically impossible to survive alone. You need to sleep. You need roughly 6 to 8 hours of downtime to function. You are alone who is watching the door while you sleep. Nobody, you will eventually crash, and when you do, you are vulnerable. The outcome, a group of 4 idiots with pointy sticks. They will beat a lone Navy SEAL who hasn't slept. The trash-based fix, you need a team even if you hate them. Use the 2 up 2 down shift system. 2 people sleep, 2 people watch. If you are truly alone, you have to booby trap your sleeping area. Use noise traps, cans on a string, shattered glass. But remember, the pack survives, the lone wolf becomes a rug. Phase 6C, psychological warfare, the myth. The gray man theory, blend and look normal, wear nondescript clothing. The reality, in a true collapse, normal looks like food. Normal looks like someone who has supplies and calories to spare. You don't want to blend in, you want to discuss people, the psychological twist. Predators in the wild attack healthy competition. They avoid the diseased and the dying, the trash-based fix, the repulsion tactic. Smear ash on your face to simulate sickness or necrosis. Walk with a limp, wear clothes that smell like urine. Hang a sign on your door that says dysentery inside. Leave a pile of fake vomit on your front porch. If you look like a walking biohazard, people will choose a different house to loot. Your best defense isn't a rifle. It is looking like you are already dead. Phase 7. The invisible killer, the mythy, you stocked up on ammo. The reality, you will die of diarrhea before a gunshot wound. History is clear, disease kills 10 people for every 1 violence kills. When the sewage pumps stop, the city becomes a toilet, the science. If you touch a doorknob, then eat a cracker, you are playing Russian roulette with bacteria. The trash-based fix, make ash soap. White wood ash with water to make a paste. It is alkaline and abrasive. It strips bacteria off your hands, burns a little, but it beats dying of cholera. Survival isn't about being the hero with the biggest gun. It is an accounting problem. About preserving calories, filtering toxins, and psychology. You don't have to be invincible. You don't have to be a soldier. You just have to be harder to kill than the environment. The goal isn't comfort. The goal is to wake up tomorrow. Now get to work.